Yo, it's a special edition.
Special edition.
Special edition of the Wrap Up Podcast.
Uh,
Count this as 40?
this is 40.
We gonna count this as 40? All right, we gonna count this as 40.
No. This don't count, man. This don't count.
This don't count. All right.
The Wrap Up Podcast short.
Wrap Up Podcast short, special edition. We tuning in right after The Last Dance, man. Episodes 3 and 4. Yo, I'm amped up, bro. I'm super hyped right now. I ain't even gonna front. This one was way better than 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Better than 1 and 2. Man, it's hold on real quick. Trying to get our special guest in here too. But man, I was like on the edge of my seat the entire time. Like I didn't know it was getting ready to happen. And it was it was still amazing to watch, bro. Every single minute. It was crazy. I enjoyed every minute of it, dog.
It was dope, man.
It was crazy.
It was dope. Crazy. You had the phone and the laptop going off at the same time, just texting.
Yo, I'm in like 2 or 3 different group chats. People, and I'm like, yo, did you see that? Did you hear what Horace said? And it's like,
oh my goodness,
it was so live.
It's right there, man.
Yo, it was live. It was crazy. It was crazy. I loved every minute of it, dog. Man, I'm sitting here celebrating our reliving our first championship win. I got my little drink. I went through all of the emotions. Man. So I'm like, look, man, I gotta celebrate tonight, man. I gotta celebrate tonight. This was heavy. I loved it though. I loved it. So it jumped off with Rodman.
Mm-hmm.
Him being an integral piece of the Bulls' second run, and really more than anything about how he was a person who knew his role. You know how people are. There's so many different monikers and cliche sayings of like knowing your role and staying in your lane and doing what you can do. That was Dennis Rodman to a T. Mm-hmm. Dennis Rodman knew what he was good at. Let me rephrase. Dennis Rodman knew what he was great at, and he never tried to go out of bounds with that. He knew exactly what he can do. He knew exactly why he was there, and he always succeeded in that.
What was dope to me is how a lot of people, and probably the younger cats, don't know that Dennis, even from his time in Detroit, was a pretty decent scorer. And they showed him in his college days when he said I averaged 27 and
15.
But he said he didn't have to do that for his teams he was with, his squads he was with. So he figured out what he can do to one, stay in the league, 2, to have some sense of longevity and to make a statement on the league. So my man said, I'm going to study defense and rebound.
Yeah.
Because if you look at those seasons he had with the Bulls, not as much as with San Antonio, but he had a couple of games where he sparked 14 points, 20 points. He had those grooves when the team was kind of, I don't want to say lackluster, because when you got Mike, you're not lackluster. But when the team needed an extra punch, Dennis cared on those free throws. He didn't miss those bunnies. He extended out 17 feet when he had to. So a lot of his game is overshadowed due to the antics and his rebounding. But if he wanted to, this is in retrospect now, he could have been probably a 17 and 12 cat in the league.
Yeah.
Easy.
Absolutely. And the thing is you brought up a good point, is Dennis Rodman is probably one of the best, if not the best, adaptable player ever pick up a basketball. Because he could score if he wanted to, but with the Pistons, you had Vinnie Johnson coming off the bench. Mm-hmm. You had Dumars, you had Isaiah Thomas. Those were your guys who were going to fill it up. When he was in San Antonio, you had David Robinson, you had Sean Elliott, you had Vinny Del Negro. You didn't need him to come in and get you 15 and 20 points. So he always knew how to adapt and be the piece around the rest of the team that was there. So many times he was always looked at as an outcast and as, like this strange guy who always took away from the focal point of the team. But when it really boils down to it, a lot of the times Dennis was the nucleus. Dennis was the nucleus because he knew no matter what, I can adapt to this team and make sure that what I'm going to bring to the game and what I'm going to bring to this team will help us succeed. And that's why he was so dope, man. That's why he was so dope. He just needed a little vacation every now and then. He just needed to get in his little vacation time. He just needed to get in his little vacation.
Man Mike said, yo, we ain't going to get him back in 48.
We ain't getting him back in 48 hours, man. Hey, yo, and the way that he slammed that beer and then he hopped on the bike.
My goodness.
I'm like, yo, I know he ain't just shotgun this beer and then hop on the bike off into the night like Batman. I'm like, yo, this man is going. They gave him a free pass to Vegas and said, yo, just go do you for 48 hours. You said you need this time and then come back. They said, what was he gone, like 92 hours or something?
Yeah. Mike said, I had to go to Vegas, knock on the door, come to the lecture under the bed.
She said she got the cover somewhere. She said, is Michael Jordan at the door? She said, I don't want to see like this. Like, man. That was so trippy. It was wild. But it's like, this is the difference of the things that made the episodes 3 and 4 better than 1 and 2 is because these tidbits I didn't get. That 1 and 2 was bad. 1 and 2 was still phenomenal, but I knew everything. It didn't teach me anything new. I didn't get anything extra out of it. But this one, 3 and 4, crazy.
Yeah, it was. So I see Nick coming on now, man.
My man Reed, what up, bro? He said he new to the Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So at the bottom, bro, you should have a mute button and stop or start video. Click that at the bottom left corner of the screen. You should be able to see it.
Yeah, so while we wait for him to come on, once again, it's the Wrap Up Podcast. I'm Stephen, and to my left is your boy Fresh. Follow us on all socials at the Wrap Up Podcast. That's Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, video on YouTube. And kind of intro who we got coming on, Fresh.
Yeah, man. So this is my homie Reed. He actually also has his own podcast called Sessions Conversations. So we've been trying to get this for the longest, like a couple of months, man. We both fans of each other's podcasts. Definitely got some great content. So this is our first chance finally being able to link up, making some things possible. So we're trying to link up and talk about this Last Dance, man. I don't know. He might be having some technical difficulties. I don't know. See what's up. We waiting for him.
So while we wait for him, and you said you call him Reed, right? Is that something you just call him, or I should call him Nick? Oh, the rabbit getting old. He done froze up.
He froze up?
No, I thought you was froze.
Oh, no, I'm here. Yeah, so it's like, man, the whole thing with him going off to Vegas was nuts. But even prior to that, the thing that really got me was how much it kind of changed his psyche with Pip being out for them 30, 40 games or whatever it was.
Yeah, Mike had to rely on him.
Mike was like,
the interaction on the bench, how they was going through the game, do this. So they kind of developed a bond in that moment. If you go back to Rodman and how he was raised in his life, he was always the one left out. So when Mike brought him in, of course I can see how, I don't want to call him unstable, but kind of sensitive. I'll say that. How sensitive he was mentally to, okay, Rodman's coming back. Now I got to go be Alfred or whoever the third tier from Aquaman. I got to be Aquaman now, Superman got Batman, Robin, whichever one Pip can be, but now I got to be Aquaman.
Yeah, so, I mean, and that first of all, that's natural human psyche. Everybody likes to be relied upon or thought of in a higher regard to say, hey, I'm needed, I'm wanted. And when he was getting that from the greatest player to ever touch a basketball, it meant something to him.
Mm-hmm.
It gave him a sense of accomplishment. Not that he wasn't somebody who was already very well accomplished in the NBA in his own right, but anytime that you can have a giant in the game like Mike say, hey, I need you, and then you come through and you not only become an intricate part of what they're building, but you know he can lean on you. You could be trusted.
Yeah.
It was a bond there, as a sense of loyalty there. So with that being said, we got you in here, bro. We got the audio. What's good, bro?
Oh, bro, I ain't never used Zoom before. I didn't even know I was coming through, bro. Y'all keep pushing through. I'm just trying to get set up.
All right, for sure. So yeah, man, it's like the fact that he was able to get that from Mike. It meant something to him. And all of a sudden, Scotty come back after like the All-Star break. Well, no, it was before the All-Star break. Right before the All-Star break. You get him back, and then it's like, yo, like where do I fit in now? It's like we had this great chemistry. You know, they went on this great run while Scotty was out, and now Scotty comes back, and it's like he felt like he got kind of pushed to the back burner. So all of a sudden, he started to dive down, and it's what I like. What I really come to realize, and even more so now because I'm older, is everything with Rodman, whether he was playing great or whether he was having lulls in his game, it's all about the psyche for Rodman.
Yeah.
It was never about the ability. It's never about his level of talent. It's never about the pieces around him. No matter where you put Dennis Rodman in any team, on any court, it doesn't matter the amount of players that you have around him. The talent was always going to be there. The talent was going to show. It was all about the mental state. And where Dennis was at, what was his mental capacity like at that moment?
Mike shared that when they had that first practice back, and when they was doing the sprint, and he said, Rodman was going full speed, and they had to catch up with him 4 laps in. You know what I mean? So it shows one. It's a respect he had for not the Bulls in general, but to Phil and Michael, because they didn't approach him probably as he was approached with Chuck Daly and probably with whomever in San Antonio. They didn't touch him with white gloves. You know, they weren't afraid of him. They told him what it was. Yo, you can't go to Vegas. Yo, I got to go to Vegas. Yo, I need you here. I got to go to Vegas. Okay, who else is giving somebody 48 hours to take a vacation?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody. That's not happening anywhere else.
So they gave them that tough love, that relationship they had was, okay, we understand that he's an introvert, but we need his production. He's kind of wacky, as they call it, but we need him here. What are we able to bend on that doesn't, upset the balance of the team, that doesn't upset the balance of the team, that doesn't they didn't care what the media thought, because it's the Bulls, man. They didn't care what the media said. But Mike and Phil was able to maneuver around that situation with ease. And I don't think they were in the office and they were upset and yelling, you can't go. You need it? Okay, go take it. Pippin back, go take it. Go take it. Do what you got to do. I know Jordan did voice his concern. Yo, I need a vacation. What you talking about? You need a vacation. I'm the one that need the vacation, but they understood for the good, and this is what
Mike played all 82 that season. Mike's on vacation, bro.
Man.
And the thing about it is there we go. Reed, what up, bro?
What's good, bro? So what y'all need me to press down here at the bottom? I need to hit record. Like
no, you good.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm coming through clear.
Yeah, you good. You good.
All right. I'm one of them old folks with this. I'm like, bro, I
it's all good.
I don't do the Zoom meetings. You feel me?
It's like Teddy Riley. You good? You Teddy Riley. You good?
What's going on with y'all, man?
Nicholas, is everything fine? Is everything
okay? Let me
play soda, man.
Let me turn my audio up real quick because he's trying to go real quick.
Man, yo, plug yourself, bro.
Plug it, man.
What's going on, everybody, man? Reed from the Session Conversation podcast. I do a few more, one with my homegirl Jazzy World podcast, and the Reasonable Ignorance podcast as well with my brother. This is low key my fourth one of the weekend, so.
You putting in work?
Oh man,
yeah. You know, on my only off days from my other job, so.
I feel you.
I'm here, man.
Yeah, we happy to have you, man. I know we've been trying to do.
No doubt.
Yo, definitely fans of your show, and I'm glad you're rocking with us, man. So we chopping it up about Rodman and The Last Dance, and you know how he fit with the Bulls and the different things about him. Obviously, you watched the episodes today,
right?
So what was your take on it?
What I really took from it was just the fact that, like, watching his own 30 for 30 and then watching this one. Mm-hmm. It seems like he played well when he had a coach that was like a father figure. You know what I'm saying? And like because I was overhearing what y'all was saying, just trying to get together. Like, he did need that space away from the game to do whatever he needed to do to feel like he was an individual. You know what I'm saying? Still within whatever it was that needed to take place in the team. He needed his release. And it seems like Phil and them kind of figured it out and they let him do it. And just I think it was a thing for, like, being around the right players, too. Because he needed players. I think he needed better players who were maybe more offensively inclined or just carried the team in other ways he couldn't, so he could fit in. Because, like, in Detroit, the situation was defense rebound. Isaiah and Dumars, they score. Everybody else does what they do. This is my part. It was the same thing when he came to Chicago. He was just a dirty man. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think he was definitely the glue for that team. Just defensively, period. That's just what they needed.
Yeah, I totally agree. The main thing that he did well, like we've been saying and reiterating, is he stayed in his lane. It was never a point where all of a sudden you tried to see him overstep what Mike was doing or overstep what Scotty was doing.
No.
Or start to go off into his own thing. He knew exactly what he was there to do. He stayed with it and he made it work. He was a part of championship basketball because he knew exactly what he needed to do. He knew his part. He knew how he fit.
And that's what was dope about the Bulls team in general. Each player from player 1 down to player 15 understood their roles. Jack Haley, you the cheerleader. That's what you do. Rodman, you go over to Jack Haley. That's your confidant. You tell him whatever you need to let loose off your chest so we can get into this game and win. Bill Winnington, we need you to hit 3 of these 12-footers and maybe 2 buddies. You know, so everybody knew what they had to do in order to be successful. So that's one thing that I think helped Rodman, that everybody, and like you mentioned, Reed, everybody knew what they were to do on the squad. You didn't have to have a notepad that, okay, you didn't rebound today. Hey, you didn't hit your threes, Kurt. That's all we need you to do, hit them open jumpers. You didn't do that. They all knew, and it was succinct. They all knew what they had to do, and they did it, and they did it well.
Yeah, man. That's why they won so much, and that's also why they could have won more. That's a different story. You know, the Jerry's kind of.
Episode 10, we'll get into that.
Right. Well, we'll get into that part.
I wonder if they're gonna get into that.
Oh, they got to.
Oh, they have to. They have to.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna come in 5. It's got to come in episode 5, I think.
Because I had a theory about, like, how the episodes played out, why it was 10 The Last Dance, because it seemed like they keep flashing back. And I was telling D on the podcast earlier, like, they're gonna keep doing that the whole time. Because they basically, as they tell you about, you know, that season, that last season, they have to give you the context as to why everybody is the way they are. You know what I'm saying? So if you lining it up, we just got done with the first championship. It's the 4th episode, 5 ships to go, 5 episodes to go. I just didn't know how much they was gonna really get into. They was really gonna get into Mike and his his first retirement, if they was gonna get into the first retirement.
Well, that part I don't know.
Right.
I think they'll touch it. I think they'll definitely touch it. Because obviously 4 was more so getting into overcoming Detroit. And you know we got to talk about that. I know you're ties to Detroit. I got ties to Detroit with my family being up there. So we definitely going to get into that. I think they'll touch that because it's no way you can have a last dance and talk about all of this and not talk about how he retired, talk about his father passing. I think they'll on that. I don't know how deep they'll dive into it.
True.
Only got 10 episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can literally drag this out to be 20 or 25 if you want it, because it's so much that happened in those 10 years, you know, of the 90s. You know, it was a ton of different things that happened from, you know, overcoming Detroit and then starting to grow into their own, and they win their 3-peat, and then Mike's father passes away, and then he leaves the game, and then he comes back. It's so many different pieces to touch. You can drag this out beyond 10 episodes, but the fact that this is more so focused on Last Dance, I think they'll touch it. I just don't know how deep they're gonna get, but I think they'll touch it.
I think they're gonna get pretty deep. Because the next episode, I saw a highlight of it on ESPN, is the Dream Team. So that's around that time frame, a little bit afterwards. So that's Mike Pop's death. They got to talk about Tony Kukoc because he was integral and part of the Jerry Krause and the Dream Team, how they went against them. And was it Croatia? Because I know it was Soviet more Croatia. So I think they'll touch on. I think they'll touch on it quite a bit because they're going to have to get into the conversation of what would have happened if he didn't retire.
True. Yeah, man, it's definitely something they're gonna touch, and I hope we get enough. I don't want them to just, you know, like give us 10 or 15 minutes of it and then they just kind of breeze through it. So I think they'll touch it, but it's kind of hard to see how deep they're gonna get. But I'm here for it, obviously.
How do y'all feel about everything so far, though? Like, just as far as everything in the first 4 episodes, anything that you didn't know that you might have found out, like, oh, okay, or because, like, for me, it's more like, okay, some of this is deja vu. I didn't know Scotty wasn't paid. I didn't know he would, like.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah,
bad.
The numbers kind of like was like, yo, I didn't know it was that bad. So basically 1 and 2, I pretty much knew everything until they started talking about the numbers for Scotty.
Right.
That part. 3 and 4, episodes 3 and 4, I definitely learned some new stuff.
Yeah.
With Rodman going to Vegas, yo, that's crazy. Rodman getting basically like a hall pass. They gave Rodman a hall pass.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
They gave Rodman a hall pass, and I'm like, this is nuts. That was the one for me.
I'm not surprised though. That it was new to me, but I'm like, okay, that's some Dennis Rodman shit. You feel me?
It is. Because here's the thing: if they didn't give him the okay, he would have won anyway.
And we kind of talked about it last week, Aaron, about how with this doc, it's making Jordan seem more likable again. You know, he went to that point where if you love Mike, you loved him, but you always have that arrogance vibe, like people say about Kobe. This his demeanor, the way he's talking, the candidness, you know, the all gloves are off, the way he talked about Isaiah. This is going to make people that held him in that, you know, disregard, respect the game more and make him more likable to a new generation. We already love him because we grew up with him. We know his personality, but now this is making him more likable to a new generation, which is dope.
I think everybody already knew Mike was an asshole, though.
Yeah.
I think we knew that even growing up, liking Mike, like, yo, this nigga's an asshole. But that's okay, because he's Michael Jordan. But now, like, the doc is kind of showing you, I don't even think it's the fact that I think it's just the fact that he's talking.
Yeah.
It's like,
I agree.
It's Michael Jordan talking about basketball. It's like.
Because he's always been a private dude.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the point. So, like, it's like, oh my God, it's Mike. Like, I wouldn't care if he was on there. Like, if you want to really like get into it, half the reason why that team got broken up is because they used to like get on Jerry Krause so bad. They used to talk about him so bad.
Yeah.
Like that
was the laughing stock in the locker room. Yeah.
Like that, it's crazy. That's mind blowing when you think about like this team was doing what it was doing, and jokes between grown men is what was a driving factor behind all of this.
Because they still being pretty mild about it. Like they kind of touched on it a little bit.
But you can tell from the clips that Jerry, even when Jerry was dancing, they was
they was getting them. Yeah, they was like they did not like this dude, man.
Not at all.
Because we were in the city and, it was in the papers and all of that stuff. And even at a young age, you knew, and it was always on the news. It was always on TV talking about the rift between Jerry Krause and the Bulls players.
Right.
So they really still not talking about how deep in depth, like the insults and the demise was. Like,
and you can't because he's not here to defend himself. So even though they probably did on camera, they can't put it in because then it'll become a one-sided event. Even though they did call him what they called him, they showing both spectrums. This is what led them to call Jerry this, but this is also what you did to make Jerry feel this way. So I kind of like that, but I wish Jerry was here to be able to defend himself or at least expound on what his mindset was during the time, even if Jerry Reinsdorf would have done it.
Yeah, they being super mild, though, because they said, like, it got ugly. It got ugly.
You can see it. You can see it, bro. Like,
yeah.
He put him in a movie.
They're not here, bro.
He put him in a movie, man. You know what I'm saying?
He did, like, and as a kid, I never really put two and two together.
Not at all.
Like it's like now you go back and I literally watched Space Jam the other day with the kids, and I'm like, yo, that's Jerry Krause. That's Jerry Krause, and I together until watching The Last Dance doc, and I'm like, yo, Mike was vicious. Mike didn't give a shit.
Nah. Mike, like, I love how Mike tried to come in there and seem like they tried to portray him as this sweet old kid while he was in college, and when he got to the cocaine circus, stop it. You stop it. You ain't just get turned out.
You not that
naive. You get turned out when you got to the league.
Yo, Mike knew it.
Go Tobacco Road, man.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mike knew what it was, man.
Chicago turned you out. Oh, you just Southern boy. Told
you, man. Reggie Dennis and Rory Sparrow.
Come on,
man. Mason, man. Artist George Gervin over there.
Yeah, Hey, one thing I definitely want to touch more on Detroit, man. So the Detroit, basically episode 4, really meant a lot to me just because watching the first championship over. First of all, watching Mike get whooped for them 2 years in 89 and 90, and how much of a hurt that they put on him. I always hated Detroit. So, one, because they was whooping on my team, but then 2, I got family members in Detroit, and they used to let us have it at the family reunion.
Right.
About talking bad on Mike, talking bad on the Bulls, saying we never gonna do nothing, we never gonna beat nothing. And when we finally overcame that, man, it was everything. Because not only did you beat them, but you swept them.
Yeah.
Swept them right off the court, and then they just walked off. I loved every minute of rewatching that tonight. That was by far my favorite part.
And Mike wasn't trying to hear nothing when Isaiah was talking.
None of that.
Whatever.
None of that.
I still believe he felt that way.
He said he was an asshole. He said nothing you gonna show me that's gonna change my mind from thinking that he was an asshole.
Oh, he was adamant. He was completely adamant. Like, nah.
Before he even watched it. Yeah.
Because watch it.
Because as soon as he saw the part, Isaiah was like, "Well, I needed time over the time." And Mike was like, Go
That's the face he made. He was like, yeah.
Go figure. But yeah, the Detroit folks, I got ties to Detroit now. Over the past few years, I've lived there. Yeah, I've been to hella Pistons games. The bad boy culture is definitely still alive and well. That's still something they talk about. I don't necessarily get a lot of people saying that they hate Mike, and even the ones that say they hate Mike, they still respect Mike. You feel me? Like, it's not a lot of just flat out hate, like, oh, fuck Mike, woo. From what I've seen from a lot of Pistons fans is they'll give Mike his flowers before they give Magic and Bird his flowers. You feel me? It's like they'll rock with Mike, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to Magic and the Bird fans. So, yeah, man, I mean, the Pistons, that Piston team for sure definitely contributed to Mike becoming the best player in the world. And
absolutely.
I think as a fan of Michael Jordan, you have to respect that team. You might not respect, like, it's the same thing just with the other two dominant teams. You're not going to have no love for Celtics. I'm not going to have no love for Lakers. But the Pistons, I got to respect that. Because if it wasn't for them, Mike wouldn't be who he was. So
I agree.
That was his first. That's his first professional opposition. It's like, okay, Mike always needed a huge obstacle to overcome to push him to the next level.
Right.
His first major obstacle was really Detroit.
Right.
A lot of people was kind of saying like, oh, well, you can kind of say it was the Celtics and what was that, like 86? You can't say that. The Bulls wasn't ready. Mike was there. Mike was there talent-wise. Mike was there talent-wise as soon as he stepped on the court. I mean, as a rookie,
different team,
like 26, 28.
What they say, third game, it was like, oh, this guy's the leader.
Right, yeah. It didn't take long. But, he needed an opposition, and that really didn't come until like that 88, 89 when Detroit started to turn it on. And they was like, look, we don't care how good you are. You can't get past us. Until you get past us, you nothing. So that really fueled Mike. I don't think we would have had the Michael Jordan that we got if it wasn't for Detroit. So you always got to give Detroit their respect. I don't like them, but I respect them. Same you say. It's like Detroit was dope. Detroit was dope. You hated to watch them beat up on your team, but you had to respect it because of how nice they was. And it wasn't like they only played the Bulls like that. They played everybody like that.
That's the only way they could win. They didn't have a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah. It was like...
they didn't have a lot of runners.
But I think even that team, though, I want to say their talent was defense. They were a defensive team. That was their talent. It was a lot of talented defensive players. For that type of defense that you could play back then, they had the top of the top. They had the cream of the crop. It was like having Gary Payton in every goddamn position. It was like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was the talent of the team. And I don't think they was just messing up the Bulls. They was messing up the Lakers too.
That's what I'm saying.
It was a problem. They was bad for business for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, yeah. They gave it to Portland. They gave it to Atlanta. Everybody was getting it. If you was watching the clips tonight, they was knocking Dominique upside the head. This is like trying to get to
when he fell, man.
Yo, that was crazy.
Dominique looked up like
he had a concussion. Bro. I don't care what nobody say. He didn't finish the rest of that game.
Serious right now?
And they said they knew that they could get away with it because the Bulls always tried to retaliate, but they were soft. And when he got pushed by Rodman and he didn't do anything, he just looked. John Sally, we knew it was over. We knew it was a wrap because they went to another gear mentally that they wasn't about to run with this no more. So that's a whole Zen Master thing, man. That's Phil and Mike and the powers that be. Hey, I'm about to put on this muscle. I want to give the pain. I don't want to take the pain anymore. So that's all Mike and Phil, man.
That was big. And I'm glad the fact that you just brought up Phil, and that kind of makes me piggyback a little bit to another thing I didn't know is the Doug Collins Tex Winter.
I didn't know that.
In a little bit. I had no clue.
Didn't know it.
I had no clue about that. Now, I did know that Tex Winter was the mastermind behind the triangle and this offensive genius I being able to, that's another person who I wish was still alive to be able to speak his piece on this. If we could have got some Tex Winter clips on this right now, I think I would have loved that. Because I like what Doug Collins was able to bring, but I did not know that really the way that he got pushed out wasn't necessarily because of just Phil, but I think it's more so Tex Winter. And Winter saying like, "Yo, we really need to change this and move this into a different direction."
Krause brought him in to run it.
Yeah,
that's Krause. That's Krause. Tex Winter is Krause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if Krause brought this man here, he grew up. He fell in love with this.
Mm-hmm.
He just knew he couldn't coach it. We thought you could coach it. You don't want to coach it. Phil, look, Phil's whole joint was wild.
Right, I ain't know Phil was out there.
Bro, Phil was a wild boy. Wait, first of all, you on the Knicks. Okay, you a hippie. Clearly you're a hippie. All right? Okay, I get it. You end up, where he go? Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico, coaching in Puerto Rico. His coaches was getting shot.
You just won championships playing for the Knicks.
Yo.
You're in Puerto Rico coaching games with niggas getting shot? By mayors?
That was wow.
By mayors.
Yeah.
Wait, the mayor shot the this ain't no drug lord.
Wait, and then his punishment.
It's a public official.
His punishment was, you can't come to no more home games. What? This nigga ain't gonna do no time?
How did you go from winning? How did you go from being a hippie who played for the Knicks? So you played in the NBA. Was the NBA not popping like that in the 70s where if you won a championship, you was a champion two-time, right?
Yeah, two-time champion.
Nigga, how you got 2 rings and you in Puerto Rico coaching basketball? That doesn't make sense.
Dodging bullets.
Putting blood on the bench, man.
Dodging bullets at halftime.
Gee, they was talking about it so casually. It was like the Fight Club of basketball league. It was like, oh yeah, he went down to Puerto Rico to coach down there. Like
they call it.
Oh man,
he paid them joints, man.
So.
Oh man, it was wild. It was wild, bro. I love that. That's another thing that I didn't know. So I'm already loving episodes 3 and 4 more than 1 and 2 just because it gave me more that I didn't know. Phil being a hippie is new to me, but it don't surprise me. Phil was always talking that Zen stuff, and Phil was always too cool. Very rarely did you ever see Phil lose his cool. He was always under control with it. But not knowing that he was tripping out on LSD and he's
that was white privilege, y'all.
Even back
how you playing basketball, writing books about taking acid.
Yeah.
Yo, straight up.
That's white privilege. You don't need to come out and say, I was blew it down before the.
Oh man.
In the 70s, man.
That was different, bro. Phil's joint was different.
It was, but I loved it. I loved it. It made sense. It connected some dots for me because I was like, you know what? Phil seemed like he should be a hippie. Phil getting high. I'm telling you, Phil getting high in the offseason. He's probably getting high with Rodman. It only makes sense. They was probably doing their thing. That's why he always had his back. He was like, look, man, we're going to be all right. Let's just win this chip, and then we'll figure the rest out during the offseason.
I got some shrooms in the back. It's cool.
Right. Rodman was in on that. But it was, this second set of episodes was definitely better than the first 2.
Definitely. The Phil episode is the one I like the most because it's like, nigga, what?
Yo, when he was talking about dodging bullets in Puerto Rico, I'm like, this is crazy.
When they said put the chickens on the bench and wipe the blood on the bench, they couldn't sit down, man.
Right. He was like, yo, man, it got dangerous. They was chicken blood was on the bench, and it was, it was like
usually going to the CBA and win a championship. Right after that,
like it was nothing.
But like you win. But you win though. So now you won the Fight Club championship league. Yeah. So now you get your pass. Now you get to come. Is that what you got to do to be an assistant coach in the NBA? Like, think about it. Like, I'm thinking about it like this as I'm watching. I'm like, damn, this like what, early 90s, right? That shit's still going on right now.
Gotta be. They ain't fooling nobody.
I'm waiting. Where them documentaries at? Run me a documentary on that league.
Yo, they saying that I don't know, did y'all see it, but they tried to offer a similar thing to Golden State when
the Warriors.
Yeah. So when the Warriors won, what was it? The season where they won the 73?
Mm-hmm.
They were taping them throughout that entire season. But then they said like, nah, they'll never do it. They said they thought that was too arrogant. They had a similar offer to The Last Dance.
Can't nobody do one of these.
They did.
I would love it. Look, don't worry, LeBron got y'all.
Yeah, they did.
That's when it's gonna come out. That's when it's gonna come out.
They did that and lost. Yeah, so
Kobe's final season, and that's it. That's all I want.
Right. They did Kobe's too. Yeah, so Kobe, they did the same thing for Kobe's final season. That one, obviously, I'm watching. That's gonna be special.
Wade is working on one for the Miami, the 2 championships. I don't want to see that. I don't think anything current.
You said you don't want that?
I don't.
For the Redeem Team?
No, I'm talking about for the Heat, not the Redeem Team one.
Oh, no. Okay, I didn't know they was doing one for the Heat. The Redeem Team
now, I don't want to see current because I can live their life in social media. I don't need to see that. I'll watch a Redeem Team. The Dream Team was dope. Of course, the Bulls were going to be better than all of them. You know what I'm saying? So, each his own, but everybody about to try to piggy off of this wave. So, it is what it is.
You got to. I mean, it is you. Sometimes you already know once they find that something works, they're gonna try and strike while the iron's hot. It's gonna get super saturated. So we're gonna get a bunch of basketball documentaries over the next 7 years that's going to have a Last Dance type feel to it.
Especially if sports continue to have this halt like it is now, you're gonna see a lot of those quick dash documentaries come out.
Yeah.
Carlos Zambrano and the Cubs. I don't want to see that. You don't need just random stuff, man.
Not Zambrano, not Big Z.
I don't want to see no Cub documentary at all. So,
I'll watch a Cubs doc.
I'm good.
I know you Southside, Reed. It's all good.
Give me one. That's like saying you want to watch one on the 05 Sox. I don't even want to watch that.
I'll watch it.
Why? Because it's Chicago.
Yeah, it was dope for the city.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be this. This is primetime television.
Yeah,
I'm not watching Insecure because of this. Okay, I think Walking Dead might still be on. It might be off. I don't know. I don't keep up with that anymore. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what was coming on for the next 2 hours, for the next 3 weeks.
Watching this. Yeah,
I told my God,
nothing else exists.
This is my equivalent to Roots, man. This is my mini series. If you did this 5 days in a row, I would have been happy.
Yeah, man. You're right. When this comes on, nothing else matters. One of my homies, I ain't gone. He shall remain nameless, but he was like, "Yo, you trying to hop in the wreck on 2K?" And I looked at the message and I'm like, "Bro, The Last Dance is on. What is you talking about right now? Ain't no 2K right now. You tripping?" I really wanted to message him back, like, "Why ain't you watching this? What's going on with you? Like,
you playing 2K? 2K?
2K? Not right now, bro. Not right now.
We going it's like you tripping right now. It's like school right now.
Exactly. Like you don't miss this. You don't miss this. Yeah, he was tripping. He was tripping. I don't know what he was thinking. Texting me about some 2K when The Last Dance is on. He was out his mind. But this. Like, when I tell you I'm literally on the edge of my seat for 2 hours watching this, I was all the way in it. And one of the things that was dope is, you know how like they do the little trivia in between with the commercials and all of that. I didn't know that Dennis has 7 games where he had 20 boards and no points.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. 7 games where he had 20 boards and no points. Because he didn't care about putting the ball in the bucket.
No.
He was like, yo, I know what I'm here to do. I'm going to do it great. And then I'm going to walk off the court. I'm going to shotgun this beer. And, Go fuck a bad white broad. That was Dennis. That's a day in the life of Dennis Rodman.
Joe, my man said, like, so we had to go get Dennis. We had to go find Dennis.
Yeah.
Mike, like, Dennis he ain't coming back. So we had to go find Dennis. Where did they say they found him in Vegas, or where did they say they found him? They didn't say where they found him, or did they?
No, they didn't.
Nah. They just you just kind of assumed it was Vegas, but he said, "I'm not gonna tell you what I saw in the room. I'm not gonna tell you what I found in the bed."
That's my question.
Call me lecturer.
Look, finding them in the bed or whatever you found him in the bed with, that's one thing, right? But he wasn't in Vegas. Where did y'all find this nigga? Where he was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or some shit? Where the fuck was this?
No,
Puerto Rico.
Who knows, man? Man, I could watch more episodes on just Dennis Rodman alone and be good.
Oh yeah,
it's a hella entertainment. It's extremely entertaining. It was live, man. It was live. This is by far this was the highlight for me. Better than 1 and 2. 1 and 2 was dope, but 3 and 4 definitely topped it. So I can't wait for the next ones.
So we got, like I mentioned, we got Dream Team episode 5. Do you think they're going to get into the Mike and Isaiah beef a little bit more in depth? Because that has to go to Dream Team.
You have to.
Well, they set it up. They already set it up.
Absolutely.
They set it up.
Absolutely.
So now we're going to get it. So, I mean, that's something we already knew, though. We knew that.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't know from watching this shit, though? All them niggas was kissing each other way too much for me. Way too much niggas kissing each other on the cheek. Ain't nobody
what was it? Doug Collins? The Doug Collins? Yeah, that was.
Mike, come over here. We got a kiss for him. They almost went to kiss on the. They did the weave. They was about to do the weave in Vegas. Yeah. Go get the cheek.
Like Dick Bavetta and
No, that was blatant. That was intentional.
Yo, that was way too much.
What's going on around here, man?
Yo, and didn't Scott Burrell try and kiss Mike in the in episode 1 or episode 2 or something like that?
Oh, he said, "Give me a hug."
Okay. Yeah.
Give me a hug.
He be clowning Scott Burrell. He be clowning him.
Yo, he definitely. Your championship don't count.
He said, "Mom and Dad, your son's alcoholic."
That killed me. That killed me.
Mike didn't care about. I love this, man.
He was like, "Please don't put this on the tape." This.
He like, every night.
That was classic.
Yo.
I definitely loved that whole little interaction. I'm like, yes.
Yo, I would have lived to be on those planes with them, man. As a fly on the wall, I already know it was going up.
It was hella cigar smoking niggas playing craps.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
There's some nigga shit going on right now. How about traveling cocaine circus, nigga? You fit right in. You can't tell me y'all not doing cocaine, but you shooting craps?
For real.
You got craps and cigars, but ain't nobody doing nobody tooting cane no more. Oh, we just drinking now. Out of here.
Yo, man, hey, I could watch this. They could give me all of the seasons. I mean, all of the episodes one after another, and I would watch them all right now.
I'm glad they're doing it every Sunday, 2 hours. That's perfect.
It's pure entertainment.
That formula. Now, like you said, they're gonna saturate it and do the docs and whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. They don't necessarily need to do it with all the Bulls teams. I mean, basketball teams, I should say. But that 2 hour, I don't know how I feel about 5 weeks, but that 2 hour joint, that's solid. That's solid. That's solid because you really get to give me context. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's a couple sports stories out there that you could get into that with.
Give me the Patriots, man. Off bat, give me the Patriots.
Patriots for sure. The Patriots for sure. I would love that because, you know, just first of all, that Tom Brady, Bill Belichick dynamic is real hush and real personal anyway. Just like
this shit about to hit the fan about all of that. Look.
Definitely.
Look.
Definitely.
You know I'm a Brady man.
Yeah.
Brady, my boy. I was Patriots. All this shit that's going on right now, I don't understand. But I know that the Patriots are going to get paid for what they just did for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers one way or another.
Yeah.
You just let Tom leaving. Okay? And then you send Gronk down there just for a 4th round pick? Come on now. What is that about?
Yeah, that's not enough. That's definitely not enough. That's one I would pay to watch. I would pay to watch that.
Crazy story. I heard Gronk say he was like getting interviewed on one of those NFL shows, and he was like a couple years ago he got traded. This is why he retired. He got traded to the Lions.
Who?
Gronk.
What?
He got traded to the Lions, but he found out before the Patriots told him. So by the time the Patriots called and told him that, hey, you got traded to the Lions, he's like, I retired.
With Patricia there? With the coach?
Yeah. This was 2 years ago. And Gronk was like, well, I'm retired, so, you know, I'm whatever. And that's how he stayed on it. That's why he was still on the Patriots. That's why when he came out of retirement, they was able
they had to pick up the contract. Yeah.
They didn't pick up the contract. He was still on.
Right. Yeah. They had rights to him.
Right. So
that's wow. I never knew that. That's crazy. I would watch a Patriots documentary in a heartbeat.
I'll watch a Patriots documentary. I'm trying to think about what baseball team.
Boston. I'm definitely when Boston was running. No.
Oh, that's no Red Sox documentary.
I would watch Boston's, dog. Why not?
Honestly, with the way things have turned out, I want to watch a documentary on the Houston Astros.
I was just going to say that. Give me Boston and Houston.
About the sign stealing?
Doing that.
About they hold them, paint them to be good guys, make it look good to get the little ship. Oh, you niggas was still inside. They cheated the buzzer.
And then how many different organizations it has affected and impacted since then? You know, yeah. So it didn't spread out a lot. So I would watch that, but I would watch Boston with the way that they came back. I'm definitely watching that. Nah.
I like the controversy and bullshit, man. give me Houston, man. I'm with that.
I dig that. It's gonna be tough for me to watch a baseball one anyway.
You don't do baseball?
I watch it, but
you'll watch a Ken Griffey doc
in a minute,
in a heartbeat. See, you just don't like anybody anymore because you don't identify because it's none of us really playing the game like that.
Yeah, Ken Griffey was everything in the 90s. If you wanted to play baseball, you wanted to be Ken Griffey.
Ken Griffey was the baseball Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he wore his hat backwards. He did everything. He played defense. He could hit home runs. He was Golden Gloves. He was everything.
Had his own shoe.
Yeah, he had it right. He had a dope shoe. Had his own video game.
What would you get from Griffey that you don't know though? We know he seems to be the squeaky kid, squeaky clean. Are we going to get anything different in that doc unless we do like a Barry Bonds where we got the 7 years in Pittsburgh, then all of a sudden it just started building up. Yeah, my dad introduced me to the PEDs. Then it just go crazy, man.
He said, Dad hooked me up. Dad hooked me up. Now I'm a junkie.
If that's something I need to see because baseball doesn't have faces like the NBA. You know, the NBA can market their players. Baseball, they really try to keep it to the old man joints. The owners, you know, more than the players most times.
Because it's all about the team. Baseball has been more a team game. It's never really been centered around the individual.
I'm down for the Astros, man. Give me that.
I just don't think baseball has anybody to market like that either, though.
That's true.
Like, their players don't really have personality. Like, the 90s, their players had personality. Baseball used to market their players. How do I know about The nigga used to have a wild ass open stance. Used to be a first baseman for the Atlanta Braves. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Andres, wild ass last name. He had the open baseball stance with the high choke.
Guadalajara.
Yeah. How the hell do I know about him?
Yeah. Colorado.
But y'all know who I'm talking about. They used to market baseball players. Something changed along the way. And it's because
that's a good point. And I think it really had a lot more to do with the way that the game was played then and how it's changed now. After the steroid era, I think it changed because they needed to clean up baseball.
Right.
So then they really wanted to bring it back more to the team orientation and everything and not necessarily market on one player unless you was just like extremely out of this world. So you can still market around a guy like Alex Rodriguez before all of the ugliness and Derek Jeter and a guy like nowadays you could probably market around like an Aaron Judge. You could probably market around him.
They tried Bryce. Bryce ain't work.
They tried Bryce Harper, and that's because it started to have like this ugly stigmas around him about how he was just kind of self-centered. I still like Bryce Harper.
They wanted to be Trout, but Trout is in the right market, but the wrong team.
Yeah, that and he's not. You have to have a guy who wants to be in the center of attention. Mike Trout ain't really that. The talent there.
Javi.
The talent is undeniable.
Watch Javi.
Javi could do it.
Javi can do it.
Javi Baez could probably do it. He got the team. He got the market. He got the talent.
Yeah.
So
didn't he just get traded to the Dodgers?
Hell no! Don't speak that.
No, boy.
Hey! Don't be talking crazy over here, man.
I just asked the question.
It might mess around and happen. You can't talk like that.
Didn't somebody just get traded to the Dodgers?
Not Baez. Somebody did move to the
Mookie Betts.
Yeah, Mookie Betts from Boston. Yeah. And he's not bad. That's another one. You could kind of say Mookie Betts.
We don't know his personality though, because he was up on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And it wasn't New York.
He's in another market now. He's in another huge market now.
Yeah.
It's not unobtainable.
That Dodgers, something with the Dodgers just feels off. They always feel like they're gonna come up short. Something's wrong over there. And Clayton Kershaw not that deal, so
they spend a lot of money to not have the banners and not have the rings.
Yeah. I didn't even know Puig didn't play for him no more. I'm like, damn, I'm so far behind on baseball. I'm like,
Puig went to a couple of different teams since then.
He and Cincinnati, right?
He went.
How does that happen?
Where else?
They just sprung you from Cuba and now you just in Cincinnati?
Hey, that's rough. That's baseball for you though. You get the baseball pieces get moved quick.
Gee, they just committed whole crimes for you. Now you in Cincinnati or Ohio? Damn.
Yo, that'll be now if you're talking about baseball documentaries, you can start doing it on players. So like if you got a Puig documentary and you like try to take him back home or David Ortiz, I'll watch that. The way that I watched that. You talk about some controversy?
David Ortiz need to answer up. You know why you got shot.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Tell the real story. Because from what I understand is you was out there with the wrong person's woman. You got your ass shot. And now we got to give you a job and put you on television so this drug lord don't kill your ass.
Right, just so you don't get shot again. Because it's like he's trying to come back. That's what I watch.
He can't go back.
Yeah, no. He's staying stateside for forever.
He's staying on television for a long time. He's staying somewhere where somebody gonna have some eyes on him, okay?
I need to be somewhere with CCTV at all times.
My job needs to be something where, if I don't show up in a timely fashion,
they come looking for me.
Definitely. Let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all talk about Pray for Paris?
Who?
Pray
Y'all
for Paris. Y'all ain't talking about the Westside Gunn yet?
No.
Oh.
Because you know, I know y'all do music reviews here. That's why I was excited to come on here.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to it?
No.
I listened to it. And it's decent.
But
it's decent.
Westside Gunn, man. I haven't listened to it, so you all have to tell me, is he doing he going to his Action Bronson Ghostface mode?
Look, man, look. First of all, what y'all not gonna do here is y'all not gonna sit here and disrespect the GOAT like that, all right?
The GOAT, stop it!
Y'all
let's shut this whole podcast down.
Y'all not gonna sit here. No, I'm going crazy with the GOAT. Don't.
Of course not. He's not even the best in his camp, though.
Yeah.
So who better than him? I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Benny, right?
And Conway, both of them.
The producer.
You disrespectful. Y'all don't like him because of the ad-libs and shit, right?
No, that's the reason I do like him. He's a mascot, though.
That's the best.
He's a mascot.
Best part.
Never mind. Never. I don't even want to talk about it no more. Because y'all don't agree with me, so I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's the best part, man.
Look, I used to feel like that. You know what? You know why Westside my favorite one out of all of them?
Talk to me.
Because I used to feel like that. Con used to be my favorite one. All right?
Okay.
Con was my favorite one, then it was Wes, and then it was Benny. And then and the reason why I had him in that, Benny was last.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because for me, early on, Benny didn't have solid projects.
His early stuff, I agree. It was commercial.
Like Butcher on steroids, you know what I'm saying? There was a joint before that. A friend of ours was okay. You know what I'm saying? All right. But Conway, like that Shade 4-5 joint when he went crazy for like 6 minutes ever since then. And then I heard Rejects 2. After I heard Rejects 2, I'm like, yo, this like Reason moved out. Like this is rap. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the best albums I've ever heard, period. I'll argue about it. But like Wes, man, the reason why Wes is my favorite is because his projects, man, he's consistently project after project been consistent with his whole project. Conway's had misses on projects. Benny's had misses on projects. I can name you some bad Conway projects. I can name you some that Black Tape didn't hit like that. Okay.
Okay, but that was like, what was that, 2016?
Gee, this last one Lulu didn't hit like that.
Lulu was okay.
Lulu was.
Look what I've become didn't hit like that. You get my point now. But West, Pray for Paris, slap. Hitler 7, slap. Fly God, Awesome God, slap.
I'll give you Hitler.
Hitler 6, slap. Hitler 5, slap. Supreme Blind Tail.
That's dope too. I ain't gonna front.
Bro, what I'm telling you is, out of the camp, West has the catalog of the most consistent project.
Hitler 6 and 7 and Fly God is an Awesome God. That was a great stretch.
Fly God was dope.
Bro, what do you don't mean you didn't like Hitler 5? You didn't like Supreme Blind Tail?
That was dope.
Okay, so that's 4 albums in a row. Them albums, them ain't EPs, them ain't 7-track joints with 3-4 hard ones, so you say it's great like Benny did with Plugs. Niggas went crazy over Plugs. It's only 7 songs. Miss me. West got catalog, bro.
I get you.
And that's why that nigga's my nigga. Also, this is another thing with West, bro. Did y'all listen to Party? You haven't listened to Party with Pop Smoke?
Yeah.
You know who made that beat, right?
Nah.
Tyler, the Creator.
A word?
Go back and listen to that beat. Tyler, the Creator, made that beat. These Griselda niggas, what I will give all of them is they have such a wave that when you get someone like Tyler, the Creator, to make you a beat, and it sound like that, it don't sound like Tyler, the Creator, made that beat. It sound like Derringer Alchemist made that beat.
Yeah, his feature is dope too. Tyler got a dope feature on that too.
Bro, the track with Wale, I hate Wale.
You hate Wale?
I hate Wale. Not a Wale fan. Not a Wale fan.
This is the last time Reed is going to show up on the Wrap Up podcast.
Not a Wale fan, man, but
Wale is my guy. What?
I don't like your guy. Sorry. If I want to listen to that, I listen to some R&B.
That's familiar, though.
Matter of fact, I'll do you one better. This would really kill Wale fans. I'll listen to Drake. Because that's the same type of rap. It's chick rap. No. It's chick rap. It's chick rap.
No. Never. It's not just chick rap.
It's chick rap.
First of all, Wale is way more intricate. Way more. He got so many layers, dog.
He does.
He does. And there's no knock on Drake. Drake is cool for what he does.
But it's chick rap. Drake is chick rap.
It's way more than just chick rap. If you only getting chick rap out of it, then you're not listening to the layers. You're not listening. You only getting the surface level.
That's the That's the problem. That's what I'm exposed to first is the surface. Nah, but the Westside joint though, the Pray for Paris was great for me. Y'all.
I liked it.
You said it was decent. Don't change up on me.
No. Decent.
We're from Chicago, bro. Decent and like the two different things.
Come on, man. All right, so look.
Decent. You said and context. See, niggas don't be knowing, bro. You didn't say it was decent. You said it was decent. Context, bro. We from Chicago, bro. Don't do that.
You're right.
Then you gonna change your answer to say I liked it.
It was. I'm sticking with it was decent.
See, even his second official decent was still. It was decent.
So look, this last project doesn't change my outlook on Westside. I still vibe with Westside. If he put out something tomorrow, I'm listening to it.
Right.
The whole Griselda game. And I big up both of y'all for putting me on the whole crew. Because nobody really pushed it on me like both of y'all did with Griselda. Pause. But like
hey, yeah, you just roll with it.
yeah, but it's like this project for me, it wasn't nearly his best. I still take Hitler 5, 6, and 7 and Fly God is an Awesome God over Pray for Paris. But it was decent.
I felt it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll still spin it when it come through on. Yeah, I definitely listen to it.
I felt it.
Yeah, I rock with it, but hey, he ain't better than Benny. He ain't better than Conway.
Well, let me say this then. Benny be consistently having the best verses on the Westside Project. Because that verse on George Bondo?
Crazy.
Let me get into this sucker tonight, man.
Crazy.
Bro.
Spin it tonight. It's a quick listen anyway.
Bro, that BSF joint, did you see the BSF video for the Mob in Quarantine? You heard the Quarantine verse.
Yes.
Geez, somebody come get this nigga, man.
Bananas. Yo, they did their thing.
That's the thing. So I think Benny's gonna end up being that nigga for me when he drops like that follow-up to Canna Talk 3. Because Canna Talk 3 was great.
That's what I need. That's his best album.
Yeah. It was that of course.
That and the Plugs I Met is
that's an EP that don't count. That's
cool. True.
You know what I'm saying? That albums is like you got to get me over 11, 12 songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For me to be like, all right, this is an album. It took time for this. This is a couple verses. You feel me?
Agreed.
But I think Benny gonna drop that album this year.
I'm hoping.
You know why I think he gonna drop it? Because of all the different people he been linking with. Out of all of them, he's the one who's stepped outside and done features with other people that you might not expect on that commercial type of route.
Yeah.
But you know what I like? He got Hove. Hove really likes him.
Yeah.
Hove really likes him.
When he was talking to the interview when Hove was telling him like don't do the double XL joint, I was like, yo, if he got Hove's ear like that, something's coming. Something's coming.
About to do nothing but take his style for his next album, man.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
fine. Hove was just a Muslim not too long ago, and before that, he was teaching me about business and literacy. I don't give a fuck. If we finna get drug dealer Hov, Benny the nigga to bring it out, let's go. Let's go.
If you telling me I'm finna get 96 Hov, or better yet, what was it? 97 Hov. Wasn't that a song called 97 Hov?
Yeah. Hey, get in the damn car. Let's go.
It's gotta be the Bubble X. Put him in the Bubble X and it's over with.
Let's go. You feel me?
Yo,
did y'all see Just? Y'all see the Just?
Yes.
Did you hear the snippet that he played? Just and Griselda got a track with Prodigy?
It's gonna be crazy, bro. It was a small snippet. I want that and whatever they did with Kanye. Because Westside was like, yo, he heard he said that they did some work with Kanye and he heard Kanye's new project and it was crazy. I want to see whatever collaboration they did with Kanye and whatever this Benny and Hov is that's going to be crazy.
As long as
for the last 2 years, it's gonna be nuts for 2020.
As long as Kanye is not rapping on none of this shit with them and he's just there to produce, I'm cool.
I'll take some rap Kanye.
No, bro, you just did the Jesus album. I better not hear you rapping on the fucking track with fucking Griselda.
He ain't gotta change his vein. He ain't gotta change his lane with them. You can still be Kanye.
Nah, just produce.
You can flip that in so many ways, bro.
Nah, bro. I don't even want them to attempt to do that. Don't no. Just produce.
Just produce, huh?
Just produce, man.
I take whatever I could get, man. It's they too dope of a collective to not come out with something crazy. I'm gonna like whatever it is. No matter how you feed it to me, I think it's gonna be dope. I
don't know, man. I'm protective over Griselda, man. I've been rocking with these niggas since 2016, all right? And
yeah.
And I've been telling niggas for years, like, oh, these niggas bars. Niggas like, I'm like, y'all niggas Kendrick Lamar down. I was Kendrick down. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I'm waiting on Kendrick. That
it's
nigga.
Time. It's time for him to run back through. Yeah, it's time for him to run back through.
It's time. Yeah, man, Griselda. I be defensive about Griselda, man.
As you should. Hey, like I said, man, big ups to both of y'all because y'all ones who said, yo, like, check these cats out because nobody else is coming tougher right now. And once I finally listened, I was like, I've been missing out on this for years. And then I had to, I jumped down like mid 2018 or something like that. No, it was like late 2018, going into 2019.
That was Tana Talk 3 times.
Yeah. So then that's when I had to go back. I had to go back and get all of the early work. And now I'm like, yo, I'm caught up and I won't miss a beat no more.
Yeah,
drop anything, I'm all over it.
Yeah, that was Hitler's 6th and Tana Talk 3. That was
Yeah.
You feel me?
It was crazy. That what a time to be alive. Them boys, they don't miss. They do not miss, man. They owned last year. Everything that they touched was gold.
Bro, they
don't miss.
Like, I'm so excited because I'm gonna hear Hov over Alchemist again. I know it's coming. That shit with J-Elect, okay. Whatever. That was for the black Muslims. I get it. I know who that was for. That was for the Nation of Islam. Okay.
FOI.
when this nigga comes back with Benny and them,
yeah,
it ain't to play with y'all. It's to aim at y'all. I promise you.
That's what I'm waiting on, man.
It's gonna be ugly.
That's what I'm waiting on. If we could get that in 2020. It's a wrap. I don't even need nothing else. I don't need nothing else from nobody. If we can get that, I'm all in.
You gonna get a lot this year from that whole Griselda camp because supposedly this West last year rapping. Hopefully he changed because he's West. West has been saying that for the past year now, like 2020 is last year rapping. Hopefully after beating COVID-19, maybe he changed his mind. But like this rap. And what I really like about the rap game right now is not too many people are even trying to bite this lane.
Because you can't. You first of all, when you got a lane that they have, you have to be authentic, or else it's gonna be holes in your story. That's why the only people who really do it this well is Griselda, Freddie Gibbs, Pusha T, these cats got a lane and a level of authenticity so that it's to a point where if you ain't coming with that same level of authenticity, people gonna see it on you. They gonna smell it on you and they gonna be like, this ain't for you.
Right.
A lot of folks can't get in this lane. A lot of people stay away from it because you gotta be able to back this up.
And that's what I'm saying about, like, that's what I like about Pray for Paris, because, like, yeah, it's not one of his best albums, but it's still good. You right? But that track, $500 ounces.
Crazy.
Steph, when you listen to this shit and you get the $500 ounces, because it comes on right after Allah Sent Me.
And Freddie Gibbs on. I'm looking at the track list now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Allah Sent Me. I'm about to spoil it for you, but you know how them niggas, how they do the hauling ass shit where they go back and forth?
Yeah.
They do it with all three of them now.
Yeah.
On Allah Sent Me.
Crazy.
So you just get off of that roller coaster and hearing these niggas do what they do, and that shit is one of the hard shits, right?
Benny, Conway, and Westside
Do the 3-man weave on that bitch. You feel me?
And it's crazy.
So you get that, right? And then this motherfucking $500 ounces comes on, right? This whole pimp ass shit, right? This shit comes through the door like the horns. You like, oh.
Yeah.
Like if you smoke that, as soon as that shit come on, that's when you like the blunt, like, ugh. You feel me? Like if you in the car, that's when you accelerate it. It's that type of song. Like you hit it when you know the light from the turn green. It's that song. You feel me?
I'm gonna check it.
That's one of the best joints on there for sure.
Because that track's so crazy to me because it sounds like each of their songs. What I mean by that, like it could have been Freddie Gibbs featuring the other two. It could have been Rock featuring the other two. Like they all owned it with their verse. Like Freddie murdered
verse is crazy.
Freddie murdered it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as his verse go off, here go Rock. This nigga come on with some old pimp strolling shit.
Yeah.
This
Rock
nigga
came with it. He came with it.
This nigga come on, and then West come on, and this nigga comes on rapping. Like rapping. Like he ain't even playing. This nigga comes on rapping.
West.
So I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Look, man. What? Like Eurostep. If you really listen to Eurostep, not too many ad libs. Nigga was just spitting.
Yeah.
Like he was just rapping. That's how he came on $500 ounces. That's what I'm saying. Like I get it. The album's not like his best shit, but it's good as fuck because like with the beat selection, he stepped outside the box. I love the old tags. You know what I'm saying? The Ross Fly Guy. If you really listen to them, like if you ever listen to Ross Fly Guy, the little 3-track, one joint that's all together, it's like 14 minutes, but it's 3 different tracks. But back in the day, it's got like all the tags. It's like, oh man, like the tags is vintage, it's throwback, it's nostalgic. Like that's why I like the album. It's well put together for the Griselda fans. But like, bro, that there's some shit on there, man. There's some shit on there.
It is. It is, man. It's you're gonna be mad. I'm gonna say it again. It's decent.
That's cool, man. You know, whatever.
I like
All right, whatever.
You said whatever, man. You got to come see me now. Like, damn.
Oh, you know I'm gonna pull up. Don't let me catch you at the gas station. Brother.
Decent shit you was talking.
Bro, I ain't even gonna run up. I ain't gonna run down on you. I'm gonna make sure you gotta be somewhere on time. And when we shake hands, it's just gonna be one of them. You can't go in the gas station. Yeah, I ain't teaching. You know how niggas do. You like, bro. You try to shake away. They like, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
Yo, man. Hey, I tell you what though. I'm finna go spin it again right now. Just to hop back in the lane. Because like I said, I listened to it a couple of times and I'm like, yeah, I could definitely rock it.
Y'all ain't been listening to nothing else. That's like I said, that's why I want to come on here, man. The music reviews y'all been having, man, like them shit.
Yeah, man. And so, like, honestly, I ain't really been listening to nothing new, honestly.
Yeah. Because what the last one we did was who? Janae?
It might have been.
And I think we did that in passing.
We talked about Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas joint was straight. We talked about G Herbo.
We did G Herbo.
I liked his joint.
I like G Herbo shit too. Like that Party in Heaven track is a solid banger. That's a banger.
I definitely like this joint. Who else? Tory Lanez new joint is solid. It's
dude,
you want rocking with it?
I can't rock with Tory at all, bro.
Word? Not at all?
Him and his personality cool, but the music, I don't know, like, I think the thing is, I have a preference for voices, and I just don't like what he does with the voice. It's too much. It's kind of annoying. It's like,
feel you? Yeah, his project was straight to me. I thought it was decent. I thought it was. Now I see what you're saying with the decent, because I put it like this. Yeah, all right.
Everything, man.
All right. Because
you see how he said it? It was so honest, bro. We from Chicago, bro. That's why I said don't do that.
I feel you. So I can't put.
This nigga just said the Tory was decent.
I can't put the Westside decent next to the Tory Lane decent.
You just put it next. You literally just put it next to it.
Damn, Reed. I said I'm sorry, bro. God damn it. All right, so Tory was all right, and Westside was decent. Better decent. Level of decency. Yeah, man, but other than that, I ain't really been listening to too much. Cool for me.
I feel it. The only thing I've been seeing, I know the baby came out, but
I ain't chop it up yet. So I mean, probably will. I'll get around to it.
I love the fact Future brought out all the mixtapes though.
Oh, he brought them back?
Yeah, I'm with it. 56 Nights, Purple Rain, Beast Mode. Thanks. Like
56 Nights was crazy. So
thanks.
That'll get another spin.
Thanks.
That was a good lane.
It's brought back some memories. Like what? Like Joe, Future had a run. Like I feel like Radical or was it Monster? Yeah, Monster like had bars on it, bro. Like,
he had a good run for like 3 or 4 years. He had a solid run. The mixtapes was everything that was bumping in the streets.
Yeah.
You couldn't go nowhere or put nothing in a tape deck or none of that without hearing Future on something.
True.
He had everything running.
True.
The new Travis Scott joint was straight. It's just a single. But what was it?
Him and Kid Cudi?
Kid Cudi?
Yeah, the joint with Kid Cudi.
I ain't listened to it.
I ain't care for it.
That was fresh. You ain't like it? I
think they should do an album together though.
They have styles that'll mesh. They got meshing styles for sure.
It mesh, but that intergalactic stuff, it's too much, man.
You don't like Travis?
I didn't until Aaron made me listen to him. What review was we doing? Was it Astro World?
Yeah, I think it was Astro.
I listened to him for like the first time, like really listen to him. It's all right. Production is on point, but
production's crazy.
But the lyrics and all that, it's hit or miss.
That ain't even his best album though.
What's his best? Oh, boy, we're about to argue again. What's his best album?
Best album is Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. Yes.
Nah.
Best album. What you think is Astro World?
Astro World better than Birds though.
Never.
Yeah. Rodeo the best album though.
Rodeo straight.
Rodeo the best album.
Rodeo was nice.
Rodeo just got certain songs on it that I think for an artist to establish themselves in music, they have to have solo tracks that have real identity and meaning, that give them a character and give them a lane and give them context for you to get into. Birds is commercial, if you ask me. It's commercial. It's commercial if you listen to Rodeo. If you listen to Days Before Rodeo and you listen to Rodeo, that's Travis Scott. Like that's the raw Travis Scott. Birds in the Trap, like that's got the Pick Up the Phone track. That's got the joint he did with Kendrick Lamar. That was real poppy. That was the one that got nominated for all the shit. Remember? And he didn't win.
Goosebumps. Yeah.
Now Astro World, I feel like is a more polished Birds. Because the production was there, the type of commercial tracks were there, but it was better put together. You know what I'm saying? Like his singles were better put together. Like Sicko Mode.
Yeah.
that's great because he didn't follow that the typical AB format of a hit song, but just did fire verses with a hot artist and we switched the beat, and they both was some type of pumping track. So
yeah, I can see that. But I really think like he's got a good run going to a point. Yeah. He can have some hip hop dominance if he continues the way that he's going right now.
Yeah.
Because
Travis.
Yeah.
Travis
is probably he's definitely one of the top artists in the game. Popularity wise, he's one of the top artists in the game because you got the baby with the Jenna chick. You doing Fortnite. You doing Fortnite. He's popular. He's doing Fortnite. He's doing the Nike collab.
Yeah.
The Cactus Jack shit is everywhere. He's doing it right. I tell you, everything that touched that Kardashian shit, say what you want about them hoes, but everything that touched that shit be
it's blowing up.
Look, Ye was just complaining he was $50 million in debt. Now this nigga a billionaire.
Hey,
show me the light.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Is it any more left? I think they also.
I told you what's the other one? Kendall? I told you that Kendall, the only one left, man.
It's the only one left. It's up for grabs.
The skinny John. And she only like the white boy. I ain't seen her bring a nigga home yet.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
She ain't got with the program yet. She ain't ready to sacrifice herself yet.
Is it?
Wasn't she talking to Aaron Gordon?
Was she?
Well, he white too, so.
Aaron Gordon don't really count though. They ain't really busting like that. They tried to. Chloe tried the minimal star. Okay. And
Travis with Tristan.
Yeah, with Tristan, and that didn't work. Lamar worked, but you turned that nigga into a crackhead. So
yeah, right. Straight, he turned into a dope fiend. I was like, man, that nigga was nice too.
I'm like, how that work? So, and then Courtney, the other little sister, she available. Courtney available. She don't fuck with the Scott nigga, no.
Oh, word.
Man.
She got
I didn't even know.
She already got 2 kids. She the oldest one too. So she
the miles is heavy. That's like 350,000 miles a Ford F-150.
She a lemon.
That's a lot. Yeah. You stay away from those. Yeah, this she didn't have 4 owners. Nah, man, I don't.
That nigga's F-150.
Yeah, man, she had F-150 with 250,000 miles. You're gonna be like, yeah, she still run good. I bet she do. I'm straight. I don't need that, man.
She only takes Shell though. Like, what no BP, none of that speed.
None of that E85, Shell 87. That's it.
Hollow for her, man. Nah.
You got to open the door with a screwdriver. Twice before you start it up.
Hey,
get a tank, man. She ain't got no gas cap.
hey, real shit. One of my brothers, who shall remain nameless, this nigga, his gear shift used to be a screwdriver.
I just told that, man.
Hey, it be like that.
It be like it's never been like that for me. If it's ever been like that for one of y'all, I just want to say.
No, it's just
so you've seen it like that. It hasn't been like that. You just see
it. Yeah, exactly. I have yet to have a Kourtney Kardashian.
Man, cold world.
Call it from now on. If you got a screwdriver as your gear shift or a screwdriver to open the door, you got a Kourtney Kardashian. You may not have knew it before the day, but you got one.
Some duct tape somewhere.
Yo, man. So, hey, plug your stuff, man. One more time, Reed. Let them know where they can reach you at. How often do y'all record and all that?
We try to record every week, if not every other week. Plenty shows, Reasonable Ignorance, Jazzy World Podcast, Session Conversation Podcast. Check me out. At the Cloudiest, Twitter, Instagram, all that shit. That's about it.
Yo, man, you know where you can reach us at is at the Wrap Up Pod on all social media platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff, man. Reed, I appreciate you rocking with us, bro. This was the last time. Even though you talk bad about my guy Wale, we got to clear that up. We got to clear that up off air, bro. We got to clear that up.
Hey, we can just box, bro.
meet me at the Shell gas station. We got to have a conversation.
I'm good. I'm good with that. That's fine, man. Over Wale, if that's what it's going, if that's where our friendship is taking us.
Yo, man, it's been man, it's easily over a decade of friendship, and you gonna ruin this over Wale, but that's what it's got.
You ruin it over Wale. You like
man. Yeah, right. Right. Hey, look, Wale better than Westside. Shots fired. Do.
Damn, it's really that bad, bro.
It's that bad out here.
It's really that bad. You tell Matt I hate it had to be me. You tell Matt I hate it had to be me.
Yo, it's gonna be one. No doubt, bro, man. I really appreciate you coming on. This won't be the last time, man. We definitely
bro. I appreciate y'all having me on for real. Step back me, my dude.
No doubt.
No doubt. Peace.